วัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
Good morning everyone. Welcome to Meditation for Peace broadcast time every Sunday morning 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. on a DMC channel. I am Sananpan Rotjan.
And I'm Narupon Jantra Kunsili. We will be your host for today.
A noble person is someone who both appreciates his debt of gratitude to others and repays that debt of gratitude. Such a person is praised by the noble ones. All forms of gratitude are a foundation of nobility.
She was like a beautiful lotus flower growing from roots embedded in wordless mud. Not being able to read or write was not barred to her mastering supreme knowledge.
This extraordinary person is คุณยายมหารัตนอุบาสิกาจันทร์ขนนกยูง the leading disciple of พระมงคลเทพมุนีสดจันทสโร the rediscoverer of วิชาธรรมกาย
Upon her passing on the 10th of September 2000, หลวงพ่อธรรมชโย with his utmost respect and profound gratitude, declared คุณยาย as the founder of the Dhammakaya temple. Such was her impact at the ceremony held for her cremation on the 3rd of February 2002. There were an estimated 500,000 participants. This included more than 100,000 monks and senior monks from over 30,000 temples throughout Thailand.
Wow. This week's episode is dedicated to คุณยาย From her example, we can appreciate the profundity of the Dhammakaya tradition down to the present day.
Although this can in no way fully repay the debt of gratitude we have to her, it can go some way to inform the future generations who had no chance to meet her in person of her life of virtue as an example to those yet to come.
Before we delve into the autobiography of คุณยาย we will take some time to meditate with หลวงพ่อธรรมชโย her leading student, to purify our minds in order to see things more clearly or as they really are.
หลับตาของเราเบาๆพอสบายๆอย่าถึงกับปิดสนิทนะจ๊ะอย่าไปบีบเปลือกตาอย่ากดลูกในตานะจ๊ะพอสบายแล้วก็ผ่อนคลายทุกส่วนของร่างกายของเราทั้งเนื้อทั้งตัวให้ผ่อนคลายทำใจของเรานะให้เบิกบานให้แช่มชื่นให้สะอาดบริสุทธิ์ผ่องใสไร้กังวลในทุกสิ่งไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องอะไรก็ตามให้ปลดให้ปล่อยให้วางให้คลายความผูกพันในคนในสัตว์สิ่งของธุรกิจการงานบ้านช่องการศึกษาเราเรียนเรื่องครอบครัวหรือเรื่องอะไรที่นอกเหนือจากนี้นะจ๊ะให้ปลดให้ปล่อยให้วางทำใจให้เบิกบานให้ใจใสๆแล้วก็รวมใจไปหยุดนิ่งๆนุ่มๆที่ศูนย์กลางกายฐานที่ 7ซึ่งอยู่ในกลางท้องของเราในระดับที่เหนือจากสะดือขึ้นมา2 นิ้วมือนะจ๊ะโดยสมมุติว่าเราหยิบเส้นได้ขึ้นมา2 เส้นนำมาขึงให้ตึงจากสะดือทะลุไปด้านหลังเส้นหนึ่งจากด้านขวาทะลุไปด้านซ้ายเส้นหนึ่งให้เส้นได้ทั้งสองตัดกันเป็นกากบาทจุดตัดเล็กเท่ากับปลายเข็ม เหนือจุดตัดนี้ขึ้นมา2 นิ้วมือเรียกว่าศูนย์กลางกายฐานที่ 7ซึ่งเป็นที่ตั้งของใจของเรานะจ๊ะเป็นตำแหน่งที่ตั้งของใจอย่างสำคัญที่สุดเลยหยุดกันนิ่งอย่างนี้เนี่ยเราสามารถทำกันได้ทุกคนถ้าเราเป็นคนปกติธรรมดาสุขภาพร่างกายและจิตใจเราแข็งแรงสมบูรณ์ถ้ามีความเพียรแล้วก็ทำถูกหลักวิชาเราก็ต้องเข้าถึงกันอย่างแน่นอนไอ้ที่เข้าไม่ถึงเพราะว่าทำไม่จริงไม่ต่อเนื่องแล้วก็ไม่ได้ถูกหลักวิชาใจเนี่ยเราต้องฝึกบ่อยๆประคับประคองบ่อยๆให้อยู่ภายในตัวเราให้ไปคลอเคลียร์นวลนีอยู่ที่กลางท้องที่ศูนย์กลางกายฐานที่ 7ลืมตาเดี๋ยวถ้าเรามีบริกรรมนิมิตเป็นที่ยึดที่เกาะของใจมันก็จะง่ายกว่าในการที่เราไม่ได้นึกนิมิตเพราะฉะนั้นถ้าในอริยบทอื่นแล้วก็ตรึกถึงดวงใสหยุดอยู่ในกลางดวงใสๆหรือตรึกถึงองค์พระแก้วใสๆหยุดอยู่ในกลางองค์พระแก้วใสๆถ้าเรามั่นใจว่าไม่ฟุ้งหรือเราพยายามนึกแล้วมันไม่ออกนึกแล้วปวดศีรษะมึนตึงก็วางใจนิ่งเฉยๆที่ศูนย์กลางกายฐานที่ 7แต่ก็ไม่ต้องกังวลฐานที่ 7มากเกินไปเอาว่าอยู่ในบริเวณกลางท้องแล้วก็ประคองใจด้วยบริกรรมภาวนาสัมมาอรหังสัมมาอรหังสัมมาอรหังเรื่อยไปเลยให้เสียงคำภาวนาดังออกมาจากในกลางท้องของเราเป็นเสียงที่ละเอียดอ่อนที่เราไม่ได้ใช้กำลังในการท่องคล้ายๆกับดังออกมาเองเหมือนบทสวดมนต์ที่เราคุ้นเคยทำอย่างนั้นเรื่อยไปเลยจนกว่าใจเนี่ยมันจะหยุดมันจะนิ่งเราอย่าไปท้อกันซะก่อนนะลูกนะอย่าไปท้อถ้าท้อแล้วเนี่ยมันจะทำให้เราถอยห่างออกจากความดีออกห่างจากศูนย์กลางกายฐานที่ 7ซึ่งจะทำให้กิเลสหรือพยามารเนี่ยได้โอกาสได้ช่องแทรกเข้ามาได้เมื่อเรามาเกิดเพื่อการนี้เนี่ยเพื่อหยุดเพื่อนิ่งเพื่อเข้าถึงพระรัตนตรัยเพื่อเข้าไปสู่ภายในเรียนรู้ความรู้หรือชีวิตภายในเราก็ต้องฝึกหยุดฝึกนิ่งกันไปในทุกอริยาบถไม่ว่าจะนั่งนอนยืนเดินก็ทำไปเรื่อยๆอย่าไปนั่งฟุ้งยืนฟุ้งเดินฟุ้งหรือนอนฟุ้งอย่าไปอยู่อริยบทเหล่านั้นฟรีๆต้องตรึกไปเรื่อยๆเพราะเรายังเป็นผู้ฝึกหัดใหม่ใจมันยังไม่มั่นคงมันยังไม่ตั้งมั่นมันยังโลเลอยู่เดี๋ยวอยู่ภายในเดี๋ยวออกไปภายนอกแต่มักจะออกไปภายนอกมากกว่าเพราะว่าชีวิตประจำวันเราเนี่ยมีการนำมาหากินพบปะผู้คนชีวิตถูกหล่อหลอมด้วยสิ่งที่หยาบๆด้วยสิ่งภายนอกใจก็จะต้องถูกดึงออกไปสู่ภายนอก ดังนั้นเราก็ต้องหมั่นดึงกลับเข้ามาสู่ภายในฝึกกันบ่อยๆแม้ว่าเราจะมีความรู้สึกว่าเหมือนไม่ก้าวหน้าเหมือนกับว่าเราไม่ได้อะไรแต่ความจริงมันไม่ใช่อย่างนั้นทุกครั้งที่เราหลับตาแล้วก็เก็บใจไว้ในกลางกายสมาธิจะถูกสั่งสมกันไปทีละเล็กทีละน้อยอย่างที่เราไม่รู้สึกตัวเลยว่าเราเกิดความเจริญรุ่งเรืองเกี่ยวกับเรื่องสมาธิแล้วเมื่อเราลดน้ำต้นไม้ที่โคนต้นวันละขันวันละกระป๋องต้นไม้ก็เจริญเติบโตขึ้นทีละเล็กทีละน้อยเราแยกไม่ออกหรอกว่าวันหนึ่งเนี่ยมันโตขึ้นวันละกี่เซนแต่ถ้าหากเรายังทำอย่างนั้นต่อไปไม่ช้ามันก็จะมีดอกมีผลตอบแทนเราการหลับตาทำสมาธินี่ก็เช่นเดียวกันใจจะถูกฝึกให้หยุดนิ่งอยู่ภายในจะถูกยกให้สูงขึ้นจะถูกกรองถูกกลั่นให้ใสให้สะอาดให้บริสุทธิ์ขึ้นเราจะเริ่มนิ่งขึ้นแม้ว่าเริ่มต้นจะนิ่งสักนาทีหนึ่งนะมันก็เป็นรางวัลสำหรับการให้โอกาสกับตัวเราเองทำความเพียรอย่างถูกหลักวิชาดังนั้นในช่วงนี้นะจ๊ะเราฝึกให้ใจวางเบาๆค่อยๆประคับประคองวางเบาๆนึกถึงของใสๆเป็นดวงหรือองค์พระใสๆเทียบเคียงกับความใสของสิ่งที่เราเคยเห็นนั่นนะใสของกระจกของน้ำหรือของเพชรหรือความใสสว่างของดวงดาวในอากาศเราก็ค่อยๆนิ่งๆแต่อย่าเผลอกดลูกในตาไปดูนะจ๊ะอย่าเผลอทำนิ่งๆนิ่งๆอย่างเดียวให้ใจได้สัมผัสกับความนิ่งในสมบูรณ์หยุดกันนิ่งน่าจะภาวนาสัมมาอรหังสัมมาอรหังเรื่อยไปหรือจะไม่ภาวนาก็แล้วแต่ใจเราสมัครเอานะจ๊ะสมัครใจอย่างไรก็เอาอย่างนั้นเราลองทำกันดูผ่อนคลายใจนิ่งนุ่มเบาๆสบายฝึกกันไปนะจ๊ะ
How is your meditation practice? I hope you attain some state of stillness of the mind that brings you to the source of wisdom.
Kunyai said, if ever you cannot think of a solution to your problems, make sure you meditate on the problem and you will find a solution.
Yes. Peanut has been coming to the temple for many years and has seen Kunyai in person. He will tell us the story of her life.
Yes, I will say Kunyai is a woman whose every breath was filled with meritorious deeds, whose every moment was directed toward nirvana. Her main virtues were gratitude, respect, cleanliness, discipline, compassion, perseverance, and being a good friend to others.
Wow. Although Kunyai was the one to lay down all the regulations for the temple, she was also the first one to comply with all of them. As the founder of the temple, she remained humble. She never referred to herself as Luang Por's teacher. If she had the chance to teach others, she would humble herself by saying, "These days, I'm just one of the residents of the temple. I have to follow the same rules and regulations as you. I am answerable to the abbot in all things."
She would always raise her hands in a gesture of prayer when speaking, even to the least senior of the monks or novices in the temple, regardless of the fact that she was the teacher of the both abbots.
Now it is time we move on to the interview. June will continue her discussion with Venerable Dr. Pavitai on the first International Female Dhammadayada training. We'll be back for more on Kunyai's story after this.
In Chiang Mai, I think we like they like a lot. Some days we took them to visit another temple, and like Wat Ban Khun, let them see the big project, the interesting project, and once in like a alpine garden, Suan Phet Keo, and then Hill Tribe village, something like this. They will see like more Thailand. It's another part of Thailand, and see the work activities of the temple, and like let them understand more and more like importance of meditation, like it can bring peace to the world. Like there is like an example of the community which apply meditation to their community and see how the people live.
Yes, and it would be good for them to have their open eyes and open mind for the new world.
Yes,
you know.
yes.
And you see that you follow the teaching of the most venerable Luang Por Thatta. What the area that you follow his teaching?
If we think to Luang Por Thatta teaching, I think he pay attention more about like the thing that we like for the daily life activity. Yes. I know, like I think we heard like often he talk about habit. So everything we need to apply it until it become our habit, and then we try to apply to the program. Like when wake up, what we do after wake up to keep up well the
doing the bathing.
Yeah. And then go to meditate on time, and before to take each meal, meditate and help to offer food to monk, and like to start together and wait the monk take first, and then they can take the meal until like sometime we finish together, and we like the program run like this, and then let them have more like a conscious like a mindfulness to each activity of their life.
That's just very nice. They learn to. It's a training for them.
Yes, I think so, and I heard like I think most all of them have a good response. I mean, after finish the program, most of them they mark in the evaluation form that this program helped them to develop their self-development.
That is a feedback that you have from this project. And just now you mentioned about the age group between 18 to 30, right? And what's the age group that you have from this last trip?
In reality, we have a special request. Like a family in Bahrain asked, they has a girl, 11 years old. And in our temple, we have like a Sri Lankan ladies volunteer. She joined like to help ready the temple, and the monk who is in charge would like her to join, and then I decided to adapt, because we plan to run the program for 20 participants, and we have just 1 month for like an advertisement,
Yes.
and so we still have some places. So then I just like for the 11 years old girl, you can come for this program, and the lady is, I think, almost 46 years old, and like stay together. But for me, for our staff, it become like another experiment, and we just observe what happened. It can be like a kind of positive side, become like a family style. And they look after to each other. But it's another like mention also like sometime like with girl, some they would like to pay like they need some more concentration. It disturb them also. So it's like give us the more information that we can develop our program in the future.
Okay, Elizabeth. Okay, you can see there. Because you have so many ages,
Right,
like a level
right,
of
right,
ages, right?
right.
And you just this is a new experience, and you see this is what you can improve the next.
Right. Because it's the first, so
training.
just do it. And
Okay, try to see what is happening, right?
Right.
And how many participants you have in this last training?
We start for 20, and we have chance because a group from Bhutan,
Yes.
they plan to come to Thailand, but at the time like no this program, but but the chances like the timing they will be in Thailand is the same time of our program.
Yes.
So we take them all to our program. We have six girls from Bhutan,
Yes.
but they have to leave before finish the program. So we start at 20, and finally like to the final day, they are 12.
12.
Yes.
12, like, because some have to leave early.
Right.
Okay.
That's right.
And how many nationalities that you have from
10.
this?
Yeah,
10
10
nationalities,
countries,
and you are open for the worldwide nationalities, right?
Sure. Yeah,
And
like
10 different. You want to, what the countries are from?
like we can start from Bhutan. There are 6. Then Bahrain, 3 from Bahrain, 2 from Indonesia, Mongolia, from Thailand.
From Thailand.
Yeah, and then one from Chicago, America, one from New Zealand, one from Sri Lanka, and another one from Germany.
Of course, that was a good mix.
Yes.
And how about you, Venerable? You teach? You said you do the teaching. What's the teaching that you teach? You just mainly on meditation?
Yes, I'm mainly on meditation, on the early morning session.
Early morning session.
Yes, and practice them to help them to improve their meditation experiences.
Okay. And do they have most of them have the experience on meditation before?
Someone didn't to meditate before.
Okay.
And
some did not have experience
Yes.
of meditation.
Yes, and I have especially for 2 girls, 11 girls from Bahrain. When they came out of the meditation room, I'm stay in front of the room and pick them to meditate together with me, because of if the youngest student of this program, she want to play, and I have a game, just such as a closing eyes game, and meditation games like this, and they like to meditate more.
Yeah, it means you have to think about that, find a new approach to get the young one to be interested in
Yes,
meditation.
yes.
Very good. It's very challenging.
Yes.
And because you are venerable, you are monks, right? Because in Buddhism, right, monks or the people will, for Buddhists, will pay high respect to the monks, right? And from the lady will keep the distance with the monks, as we practice in Thailand. And you organizing the lady Dhammadayada training. And how do you feel? You feel like any what do you call that? It's like any frustration? It's not a frustration. It's any some unconfident or inconvenience to run this program?
I don't think so. I think there are some factors. Look, first, we have a lot of support from our mentors.
Yes.
Like these are female mentors, almost 10. They help us, and like for ourselves, we look like elder brother, like look after them, like they are our sister. It's even somebody they told me like their father. So it's a kind of like a family model, like a monk to be the example and the teacher to them, and just teach them. And I just normally for me, simple way for me, just imagine when I was young, like at the time I just follow the teaching monk,
Yes.
and now it's changed because I become older, and then I can become a teaching monk. I just do as the person I follow in my past.
It's like you understand their roles, you understand what they need, that you can just keep them what they need.
Right.
You understand
right. And
well
it's a kind of school. It's kind of like a training, like a training school.
Yes, and because you said you have the support from the mentor who is a lady, any other support for this project?
What do you mean?
Any other support on this project that's like, because I do believe that there will be a big cost in order to organize
so you
this
mean
project.
financially support?
Financially,
Like
that's
the,
first one.
the main support from the temple.
From the temple,
Yes,
Dhammakaya
Dhammakaya temple.
temple.
Yes, and then for themselves they pay a fee. Yes.
Fee for joining this.
Yes, and this this fee we use it to buy clothes for them.
Okay.
Yeah, and the rest some who need some sponsorship, we ask some a special supporter
Okay.
from the temple, and some who like to join to they look they appreciate the program and they come to help us.
Yeah. It's like they pay for the fees, and you use the fee that they pay in order to organize them with a uniform.
Just uniform.
Uniform,
Right.
and
You can imagine just $100
yes.
for many uniforms they have. But we think it should be good for them because this belongs to them.
They will remember when they
and
leave.
they take this back to their home.
Okay, and you mentioned about the scholarship,
Yes.
and that and what you say that if they are they attain until the finishing the project, they will get a scholarship, or they do well, or what scholarship?
This time, for example, 6 girls from Bhutan, a foundation help them for the cost of air ticket.
Or for the travel.
Right, traveling. And when they arrive here, our program and this foundation help together, to fill the fee. Yeah. And for myself, I have chance to sponsor a girl from Indonesia, right? And by the help of our sponsor, because she would like to come, but not enough budget. And we know that you have to pay, even every Indonesian who leave the country, they have to pay quite much tax. And okay, we ask them to pay that tax, and we help them for the ticket.
Okay, it's what you're saying. It's like anybody who are very interested in this project and would like to try, if they cannot afford for any cost, at least for the cost of traveling, at least the foundation, Dhammakaya Foundation, will sponsor for their ticket.
Because this time is the first. I think but we have a good good experience because all of them follow well so it depends so we have to manage well between demand and supply. I think you understand. We have to look at how many person who ask for the sponsor and how many sponsor we have.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean in the future
in the future if they have more people.
Right. And fortunately, like from Indonesia to Thailand, it not cost so much. So like we just I think okay better like to help them.
And how about the manpower, the mentor who because you said you have mentor, a female mentor
Yes.
to help in this project. Who are they from?
They are from Son of Peace project, the main group, Son of Peace project of our temple. Like they are like a training period before some of them will leave to work in abroad. For this time, like they spend that time to help the international department. So we just ask the staff of the department to get them to help us. And some they are volunteer and just come like volunteer and that together like we can have the good staff to help us.
Okay, and because you have the mentor, you have people volunteer and staff from the temple foundation to help for this project. Do they have to prepare themselves, like they have to learn about the culture, about their participants' culture before they're starting to work with this project?
It's quite short, but we organize like a meeting preparation meeting, yes. And we know it is international program, and but anyway even during the program we learn together many things. Like this we have to be more careful and how we can we can work with the international participants.
Yes. They learn, at least they have some idea about different culture and
right,
they be
right.
aware of
That's
what
right.
to do
Sure.
or what they cannot do.
Right.
At this point, it may be helpful to understand how every success and achievement of the Dhammakaya temple was possible, whether it was the acquisition of the temple site, the creation of a religious community, or the dissemination of wisdom for the purpose of instilling peace in the minds of humankind, because there was a significant and important figure behind it all.
This was Kun Yai, who was definite in her decision making and was not interested in what others might say about her decisions.
Yes, Kun Yai made her decision on the basis of what was best rather than what would be popular or necessarily convenient. She used to say, "All my life, I've had a very simple way of doing things. I never do things to please anyone unless it is to please the Lord Buddha himself, because the Buddha is blessed with the ability to discern right and wrong, appropriate and inappropriate, wholesome and unwholesome. Thus, I just do according to what the Buddha taught, and if everyone else reprimands me for that, even if it is everyone in town, I remain unmoved by their protests."
Thank you. And if that made people angry sometimes, she would meditate going through the center of the center continuously, aligning her Dhammakaya with the body of the enlightenment of the Lord Buddha in Nirvana.
Thus, Kun Yai was never the one to be swayed by fashion or public opinion, and this is in turn why her mind was never perturbed from a steadfast standstill.
These are just a few virtues of Kun Yai that we want to reflect on the anniversary of her passing away. Now it's time we move on to Dhamma lecture. Today, the Venerable Burin, head of the Middle Way Meditation Retreat, will give knowledge advocating your understanding about meditation practice.
Okay. Hello everyone. Today we have a special Dhamma talk that during this time in Dhammakaya temples in Thailand, we have a mass ordination, the biggest one ever have in Thailand, 10,000. Yeah, more than 10,000 gentlemen that come to ordain as a monk, and very successful. And the next one is coming, 100,000. So I think that might be useful that during this time that we can talk about the importance or what is the significant things about ordination, why that great numbers of people come to ordain, what they gain from that, and what they can bring back to society. Yeah, is this interesting? Yes. Okay, so we can learn something from that. First about, Luang Pi would like to explain a bit about the traditions of ordinations in Thailand. Okay. This is a lasting legacy from our ancestor. In different countries might have some different aspect about ordination. I have some experience, go to Sri Lanka, also to China. So they have some different details, but especially in Thailand, it's a legacy that when any gentleman turn 20, yeah, they should ordain. They should ordain. Nowadays, the world has changed a lot. Not every gentleman ordained at age 20, but it's still many that have that tradition. Why it's become the lasting legacy? Because many parents, they consider that their son will grow to work and have family. They should have a time, like the turning point of life, to be with the Buddha teaching, so they can have some foundations for the long-term plan in their life. So that will be a very special feeling for the parents, that they feel joyful, feel that they help their son to reach to the Buddha teaching, and they're happy. Something interesting about ordinations, it is a spiritual birth. Yeah. If you not have much experience with the monk's life, or not too much, you might not know details about this kinds of spiritual birth. We have early birth, like a reborn, like I myself born years ago. But I ordained in 2000. According to monk's age, now Luang Pi turned to be 10 years old. Still young, and need to learn a lot more. 10 years old. But on the exact date of the ordination, it's very similar to the real birth. Why? If you observe, they shave, they dress in white, like in a hospital. And any, we call nak or ordinance, the one that keep 8 precepts and to be ready to ordain, they will enter the chapel. And there will be the Sangha that around them, and they will do a chanting. And when they go into the Sangha community, I have one friend, he's a medical doctor. He said that it's like a process of fertilization, like a go inside and then something happens. That's what he expects. Maybe that not a good Buddhist, but that they view this as like they have some, the process of being born there in the Sangha. And each month we have new name. They not use their worldly names anymore, like I have the Pali name. Each one we have new name. And when anyone ordained, there will be the assisting monk near the preceptor. He will jot down the time, what time you ordain. And the one, yes, they will jot down the time. And the one, even the age, the worldly age older, but ordained after the first one, they will consider like a younger brother. And they will jot down the time also, that so know that who born first in the Sangha. So it's very interesting, like this is a process of reborn in goodness, reborn in development, anything. So it's a very, very special time for anyone who would like to better themselves, because they feel like anything in the past maybe have done not right, let it behind, this new life. Yeah, and it really feel like that. Shaved hairs, and I still remember the first day that chef and have long hair all my life. When you touch your head, you feel something special. Freedom, it's a sense of freedom. Yeah, it's happened, and it affects a lot that new robe, new style of hairs, and we don't need to worry about what we need to dress tomorrow. Just this. It's very good feeling of a spiritual birth, newborn. So there's something interesting about ordination that very inspiring if anyone will take this step into this ways of life. And it's not only in that aspect that I would like to explain. According to Buddhist wisdom about goodness, it's a big merit for our parents. This is one of the main reasons for any gentlemen in Thailand who ordain, because they consider that they take a great gratitude that their mom and dad raised them up all life. And when anyone ordained, there's some, we call that pure energies of goodness, or the merit of punya in Pali, will arise, and their parent who take care them all their life will take that merit also according to support them to grow and finally come to the Buddha teaching. So many young gentlemen, they feel very good that they not only do for themselves, but they do this for their parents. It's something in return that they can give to their parents. So that's another aspect, the beautiful aspect about ordinations in Thailand. It is also the great preparation before starting a new family. If you don't have much chance to study Buddha teaching, you'll be surprised that in the 45 books of the Lord Buddha, he explains so many things: how you walk, how you eat, how you raise your family, how you train your children, how you run your business. And because in the Buddha time, a lot of people approach the Buddha and ask the day-to-day questions to the Buddha. Some ask metaphysics about the world, and some just, I just lost my son, how I can live my life. So many things in the Buddha teaching that he teach, very practical, very relevant to the modern days. So that during the periods of ordination, the one who ordained will learn so many knowledge that they can use in their life, especially if they will be the fathers, the great responsibility for the family. They will have some guideline, the truth or the Dhamma that is timeless, always true by the Buddha. They can take that for. So it's the best way to prepare anyone to start, I think, not only new family, but new business, anything you want to do, and then you get a core and access of life from learning from the Buddha. It is also important from followers of the Triple Gem to become a part of the Triple Gem. In the teaching of the Lord Buddha, we consider a Triple Gem as the highest refuge. Triple Gem consists of Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. Buddha means Buddha himself, Dhamma his teaching, and the Sangha, monastic order, monastic community. This is the highest refuge in the teaching of the Lord Buddha. There's some deeper aspect of Triple Gem also, but today Luang Pi will focus mainly about the practical aspect that we can understand easily, because that part of we call the outside Triple Gem and inside Triple Gem. We might take some other day explain about that what is the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha inside. Yeah, but as this aspect means the outside one, Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. From a follower, respect, learn and practice according to the Triple Gem. But once anyone, any layman ordained already, they will become what they respect. So that's important. You bow, you give gratitude all your life. Now you will take a step to be what you respect the whole life. So that's a little bit of, not a little bit, a big challenge. Sangha will receive lots of respect from lay person. According to the teaching of the Lord Buddha, triple gem is the highest one in the system of learning. Sangha, who is the part, is the one who just ordained. They become the member of the Sangha. They already gain a lot of respect. Buddha said that's the triple gem. 10 years ago, no, before that, 12 years ago, when I first came to the temple, ordained the first time when I'm 19 years old. Yeah, I've ordained 2 times. I experienced this respect from a lay person that it changed my life and so many friends also. I still remember the time that it's not the new meditation hall, the third meditation hall, the previous one. Now it will be rebuilt to be the Kunyai 100-year anniversary building. The third Dhammakaya hall is still that place. And in the summertime, 800 students from many universities come for summer ordination. And I remember that the first Sunday of the month is not the time that everyone become monks, just 8 precepts. Chef 8 precepts in white. So we all walk from the training center to the main ground, the hall. We walk like in the row. I still remember both sides, all the layperson, they sit down on the floor and hold their hands, show respect that they're ready to be the monk. And we feel something inside that, oh, we're not to become a monk yet, but we are going to be the part of the triple gem. They have a lot of respect, and what I have done good enough or not for their respect. Like they show their respect like we have done something great, like you are great, something like that. And they bow, they show, and they smile, and it's some little things, but it means a lot to every Dhammatayat. We call Dhammatayat. Dhammatayat means the heirs of the Lord Buddha. Yeah. And that kind of respect, I think the Buddha, he not think he very wise. That is the way to train their son in a very good way. Because when people show respect, and you feel that you must do something to meet up to that respect. If not, you not feel right, you not feel good. And after ordination also, we go for the arms round, like a walk with a bowl. And in the morning, we can see like some old lady wake up in the morning, cook the rice and barefoot and ready. You feel that after you take your meal, you cannot do anything bad. You not deserve that dedication, that respect. So this is a very special time. If anyone will ordain, because you'll be in the system that is not exist outside, that you can train yourself in that direction is impossible. But the triple gem and the Sangha can create that environment.
We hope you enjoy the Dhamma the Venerable has brought to you and can use it to your benefit.
Peanut, if people are interested in the story of Kunyai, where can they find it?
Yes, sure. You can find Kunyai's biography in this book titled Second to None, which I suggest reading.
Okay. Apart from the unimaginable respect towards the teacher, she also respected Dana.
With all the necessities that have been donated to the temple, lay people have paid homage to the triple gem and then make a resolution prayer powered by the merit of having made these donations. Therefore, she told us that we must take full use of all necessity that we have been given.
Respect and gratitude is the fundamental values set forth by Kunyai for her students at Dhammakaya Temple.
The balance of humility and respect we learned from her result in selfless service, an honorable act devoid of deliberating attitudes such as arrogance and narrow-mindedness.
Even though Kunyai is no longer with us today, Lungpa Tamashayo continues to devote and dedicate all his time and effort into his ever-increasing amount of work to preserve Kunyai's tradition and spread the wisdom of Dhammakaya tradition, which Kunyai was assigned from Lungpa Wat Pak Nam.
To honor the great teacher of Kunyai, the 100 years Kunyai's building will be erected to pay homage as an expression of gratitude of Lungpa Tamashayo to Kunyai as his inspiration and mentor. We hope everyone does not miss the opportunity to contribute to this project.
Next, we will bring you a merit-making activity at the Dhammakaya Temple. Please stay tuned.
หนึ่งเดียวในโลกอาคาร100 ปีคุณยายอาคารสำหรับใช้เป็นที่ศึกษาพระบาลีคำสอนของพระสัมมาสัมพุทธเจ้าโรงเรียนพระปริยัติธรรมโรงเรียนที่สอนพระภิกษุสามเณรผู้สืบทอดอายุพระพุทธศาสนาและเป็นศูนย์กลางในการเผยแผ่พระพุทธศาสนาวิชาธรรมกายไปทั่วโลก
พิธีตักบาตรพระภิกษุสงฆ์ 1,400 รูปในครั้งนี้จัดขึ้นเมื่อวันอาทิตย์ที่ 13 กันยายน พุทธศักราช 2552 ที่ผ่านมา ณ ถนนปากทางเข้าอำเภอดอยสะเก็ด 4 แยกอำเภอดอยสะเก็ด จังหวัดเชียงใหม่ โดยในครั้งนี้ได้รับความเมตตาจากพระเดชพระคุณ พระราชเขมากร รองเจ้าคณะจังหวัดเชียงใหม่ เจ้าอาวาสวัด7 ยอดวรวิหารมาเป็นประธานสงฆ์ได้รับเกียรติจากนายสุรศักดิ์เจริญสิริโชติในอำเภอดอยสะเก็ดเป็นประธานฝ่ายคฤหัสถ์ซึ่งการตักบาตรในครั้งนี้พุทธศาสนิกชนได้แสดงตนเป็นพุทธมามกะเพื่อแสดงถึงความเป็นชาวพุทธอย่างแท้จริง
ขอพระสงฆ์จงจำข้าพเจ้าทั้งหลายไว้ว่าเป็นพุทธศาสนิกชนผู้ถึงพระรัตนตรัยว่าเป็นสรณะตลอดชีวิตตั้งแต่บัดนี้เป็นต้นไปเถิด
การแสดงตนเป็นพุทธมามกะและการตักบาตรพระเพื่อน้อมถวายเป็นพุทธบูชาแด่องค์สมเด็จพระสัมมาสัมพุทธเจ้ารักษาวัฒนธรรมชาวพุทธสืบทอดอายุพระพุทธศาสนาฟื้นฟูศีลธรรมโลกและเป็นการรวมพลังพุทธบริษัท 4ในอำเภอดอยสะเก็ดและอำเภอใกล้เคียงมาเป็นหนึ่งเดียวเพื่อสร้างขวัญและส่งกำลังใจช่วยเหลือพุทธบุตร266วัดซึ่งในงานนี้มีพุทธศาสนิกชนมาร่วมงานบุญเป็นจำนวนมากไม่ว่าจะเป็นผู้สูงวัยกลางคนแม้กระทั่งวัยเด็กต่างตั้งใจมาเอาบุญใหญ่ในครั้งนี้กันอย่างเต็มที่เมื่อภาพของพระภิกษุสงฆ์ได้แปรแถวเพื่อรับบาตรจากสาธุชนได้สร้างความปลื้มปิติและความประทับใจเป็นอย่างมากเนื่องจากเป็นภาพที่สง่างามที่แสดงให้เห็นถึงความศรัทธาอันมั่นคงและความสามัคคีของชาวพุทธถ้าทุกคนรักษาความดีอย่างนี้ไว้พระพุทธศาสนาก็จะมั่นคงถาวรตลอดไปสำหรับที่อำเภอดอยสะเก็ดได้จัดการตักบาตรพระขึ้นเป็นครั้งแรกตามโครงการตักบาตรพระ 500,000 รูป76จังหวัดทุกวัดทั่วไทยและในครั้งนี้ได้มีพุทธบุตรกว่า100รูปที่บวชในโครงการ 7,000 รูป 7,000 ตำบลในอำเภอดอยสะเก็ดมาเป็นเนื้อนาบุญให้กับพุทธศาสนิกชนก่อนที่จะลาสิกขาออกไปเป็นฆราวาส พิธีตักบาตรครั้งนี้นับว่าประสบความสำเร็จอย่างงดงามทั้งนี้เพราะได้รับความร่วมมือจากทุกฝ่ายได้แก่คณะสงฆ์อำเภอดอยสะเก็ดสภาวัฒนธรรมอำเภอดอยสะเก็ดองค์การบริหารส่วนจังหวัดเชียงใหม่เครือข่ายโรงเรียนปริยัติธรรมธุดงคสถานล้านนาส่วนราชการอำเภอดอยสะเก็ดองค์กรปกครองส่วนท้องถิ่นอำเภอดอยสะเก็ดสถานีตำรวจภูธรอำเภอดอยสะเก็ดมณฑลทหารบกที่ 33 จังหวัดเชียงใหม่สถานศึกษาทุกแห่งในอำเภอดอยสะเก็ดธนาคารในอำเภอดอยสะเก็ดสหกรณ์ในอำเภอดอยสะเก็ดชมรมกำนันผู้ใหญ่บ้านอำเภอดอยสะเก็ดชมรมผู้สูงอายุสมาคมผู้ดูแลเด็กศรีนครพิงค์กลุ่มพัฒนาสตรีแม่บ้านองค์กรพลังมวลชนสมาคมพุทธศาสตร์ล้านนาสมาคมรวมใจล้านนาสมาคมสันติพัฒน์ศูนย์กัลยาณมิตรล้านนาองค์กรชาวพุทธภาคเหนือเด็กดีวีสตาร์โรงเรียนบ้านเชิงดอยโรงเรียนดอยสะเก็ดวิทยาคมโรงเรียนแม่คือวิทยาคมสหพันธ์รวมใจไทยทั้งชาติวีพีซองค์กรอาสาสมัครเพื่อสันติภาพโลกวัดพระธรรมกายและมูลนิธิธรรมกาย
ปลื้มใจที่สุดเพราะว่าได้เห็นความพร้อมเพรียงของคณะสงฆ์ได้เห็นความพร้อมเพรียงของญาติโยมที่ได้มาร่วมทำบุญตักบาตรในคราวครั้งนี้
ไม่มีไหนเหมือนดอยสะเก็ดเราเคยทำมาความปลื้มปิติยินดีอย่างยิ่งในการที่จะทำบุญใหญ่โต
วันนี้รู้สึกปลื้มใจมากเพราะว่าจะถือว่าเป็นสิ่งที่มหัศจรรย์ก็ว่าได้ทั้งในอดีตไม่เคยมีพระภิกษุสงฆ์สามเณรมีจำนวนเยอะๆอุบาสกอุบาสิกาเยอะๆมาทำบุญตักบาตรในวันนี้คงจะสร้างความปิติสร้างความปิติให้ศรัทธาญาติโยมมาก
ได้มาร่วมในกิจกรรมอันเป็นมงคลในการทำบุญตักบาตรมหากุศลก็นับว่าเป็นสิริมงคลของในท้องถิ่นอำเภอดอยสะเก็ดมากมาย
เป็นผลดีนะครับถือเป็นการรวมนะฮะรวมจิตใจรวมส่งเสริมเผยแพร่นะครับส่งเสริมวัฒนธรรมอันดีแล้วก็ดำรงไว้นะครับซึ่งพุทธศาสนานะครับซึ่งเป็นศาสนาประจำชาติของประเทศเราครับผม
ก็ต้องขอบคุณทุกหน่วยงานนะครับไม่ว่าจะมูลนิธิธรรมกายมูลนิธิชาวพุทธทุกหมู่เหล่านะครับและพี่น้องชาวอำเภอดอยสะเก็ดที่มาร่วมกันทำงานบุญงานใหญ่ในครั้งนี้ครับเป็นนิมิตหมายที่ดีนะครับ
ผมเห็นว่าโครงการนี้เป็นโครงการที่ดีมากนะครับเห็นว่าจะตักบาตร 500,000 รูปทั่วประเทศ76จังหวัดนี่นะครับก็เป็นโครงการที่น่าจะทำต่อเนื่องกันตลอดไปครับไม่จำเพาะเฉพาะ 500,000 รูปนะครับจะต้องเป็น1 ล้าน2 ล้าน3 ล้านทุกปีต่อไปนะครับขอให้อย่าให้โครงการนี้หยุดเฉพาะ 500,000 รูปครับให้ต่อไปเรื่อยๆครับผม
In loving memory of Kun Yai, we will leave you with a pearl of wisdom, which is referred to as a characteristic. Those who are clean in body, speech, and mind, who are free of mental defilements, endowed with cleanliness, who are cleansed of all demerits, such people are recognized by the wise as being truly clean. Thanks for watching our show. See you again next week. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ